plans between now and then are gonna obviously change with the revisions that are being made here. So the goal is to get a most complete possible plan out to these agencies so that they have all the same information that we're looking at.
No, I agree. I
That would
agree.
be,
And I'm good with that. And that's where I was thinking that it should go. Because it's in a natural line of how we will be and where we will be producing, so it kind of looks like a natural pick. But if we have the right to like change it based on what they come up with, because we're going through this prototype design, then we can modify it later, and I'm good with that.
Quick question about that, is there a possibility that with tweaking the process and working with Eco that you would have to increase the volume of storage on site by, doubling it? You said 200, possibly more.
Well, we actually did double it for a recycle shutdown of the system after 8 hours of working.
Okay, so
there-
you've already put a big buffer into that volume.
Yes.
Okay.
Based on that, yeah. It's not something that we are going to deliver. It's not a deliverable after 5 o'clock. So there's a shutdown period for the system to recover. So it minimized through modifying the recycling system. It limited the required amount and also gave us that shutdown time as a rejuvenating time.
The question was framed in regards to the need to move, the need to make any alterations after it's put on the plan.
Yeah, certainly we wouldn't want to give site plan approval, for example, and then have a change come down the pipe like this that would make us go all the way back to the beginning. That's all I'm trying to avoid.
No, I appreciate that.
Maybe if you approach it as a worst case scenario, this is what we think we might have as a worst case outside, and we have it addressed. You wanna?
and then that information, obviously, to meet your 30 days, would have to be sent out by this Friday or Thursday, so sooner that we can get that plan,
Sure.
quicker can package
I
it up.
appreciate that.
Does the board have any interest in taking the agency status? Want to discuss?
I think it makes sense. I thought
Yeah.
we were anyway. So.
I did too.
If I can just
We'll
add
take
to that, did a good job explaining it.
Yeah.
What it is, you're doing the intent. I just want to make sure that we're not declaring you're the agency, you're declaring the intent.
Right, sure.
To be the agency. So then the 30-day review goes out to all the other agencies who are granting approval or permit or have standing on this project. And those involved agencies would then determine, well, are we okay with that agency taking over as lead to make the ultimate decision of determination of significance regarding the secret application. So within that 30-day period, they will typically provide responses, usually give you some insight as to what they're looking at. Example would be DEC would be like, is there wetlands on site? Yes or no. Here's the protocol that we're going to ask you to review and consider as part of your review process. So a lot of times it's good because you get good feedback from those agencies in terms of what permits they're going to be issuing, what information they're looking for, and at the same time it gives them feedback as the applicant, the design engineers, to what out they're going to be looking for if they already don't have that information available. So then within that 30-day period, a part 2 gets drafted up. Typically, it gets drafted up by us. We will draft it up, provide it to the board members and Jen to review prior to the board meeting. And then ultimately, if there was no objection at that next board meeting, that's when you could go through that part 2, determine what kind of impacts there are, and basically make a determination of significance one way or the other.
That's what we got written up here. We're going to make a motion on our intentions here.
I know this was emailed to everybody before. Do you want to read it into the minutes? Do you?
I think the changes that you made just.
Are there any significant changes?
No.
Typo,
Yeah.
maybe corrected one word.
I don't think we need to read it.
Okay.
Does anybody disagree with me?
No?
So we'll make a motion to record our intention.
I'll make.
Second.
All in favor?
Who seconded?
You're.
Come on, you had to ask. Hey, but sometimes you guys go rogue and just go nuts, you know?
Yeah, but you write it down the way you want to anyway.
That's true. And everything I now know about type 1 coordinated review, pretty much learned from Lance, because I think I've done 2 of them in 13 years, and they were probably 12 years ago.
So now these letters are gonna go out to these two,
Yes.
give us also
Correct.
interested and involved.
Correct, and there are lists, I believe I sent that to everybody too.
Yes.
Does anybody see any other agencies that we don't have on the list, or any changes to the list? Feel free to,
Again, the involved list is strictly those agencies that have standing on the project or given approval or permit. And then the interested agencies are usually those other agencies, for example, like SHPO. They don't grant an approval on the project, but they do have an interest in the project because DEC, who would be granting approval on the project, would require them to coordinate with SHPO. And the main reason for this being a type 1 action is because the fact that you're neighboring a historic building, it required it to be type 1. So what would happen at this point is during the 30-day period, the applicant and design engineer would send coordination out to SHPO. Being that there's no site disturbance, I'm not anticipating getting anything back from them that would be anything other than a no impact, but nonetheless, seeker requires you to do that coordination. So they're an interested agency, but other than that, the other departments that I mentioned, strictly for, they'll be getting the same information as the involved agency, so they have this whole package, but typically we don't get a lot of comments back from them as part of that, the coordination aspect.
If I can just say one thing, for you guys, I know you guys have been through a long process already. We're not trying to slow anything down, it's just like to make sure that we go through the process once and don't have any issues, so, for what it's worth, just want to make sure that we are on the right track.
all for that. The letters. I see that letters actually have Bob Tugel's signature. Do you want it signed, Bob Tugel / my initials, or do you want to amend it and?
They don't, as long as they're signed, really, they get signed form. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, I can easily tweak these and send them back in. It's just a matter of making sure that we get them back.
As long as that's legal.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Because half the time it's just Bob's signature with my
Yeah.
initials, so.
That's fine.
I don't see Bob objecting.
You said sign it.
I thought he said I am, I'm like, what? I don't care, you or me, somebody sign.
And then each agency will get a copy of this, get the site plan.
Oh, yeah, let me sign one of the newer copies.
What, that's the resolution, I actually signed the resolution. Yeah.
Sure.
You're on the, I signed that one, talk about the letters. I already did that one.
Do that one. These letters didn't change, so I can just sign my copies.
As long as I get a signed
I'm
copy.
gonna give you right to you, Jen.
And I can make copies of them. And then each agency will get a copy of their cover letter, a list, and then they'll get a copy of the site plan, part 1, which was submitted by the applicant and design engineer. And then, that information goes out to them as part of their review.
Do you want to put parentheses in it, Chair?
They're just commenting. So are we getting an updated site
I
plan
did
from
talk to-
Joe with this, whatever, different?
Another 24 copies.
No, the EAF, will you supply us with an updated version of that?
Sure.
Just addressing those.
The high definition.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
That's just using the DEC mapper, so when
Yeah,
you
you
use it.
I used there, I got online
Okay.
and went through that, checking them off, and, I was told that if you hit if you get a hit, it'll tell you.
Yeah, well, yeah, I
Okay.
guess if you created your site using their map, you gotta identify your parcel, and then it fills out your location, and you pick which form you're gonna use, and then it fills it out for you. Okay. Yeah, that's the only reason, but you didn't answer anything. I mean, the information provided is accurate, it's just
Right.
those couple of comments came up on the DEC, thing, so we just gotta make sure that it's as complete as possible.
so you're gonna get a new one of that, will we get an updated site plan?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That was a yes, okay. You wanna just
Of course.
scan when you're done and send that back to me?
There are some questions that aren't really questions, really.
Yeah, but my question is, how many copies do you get? 21 or 24 copies?
What do you need? What do you
They
need
go out
for
to all
this?
these agencies.
I will, if you give me one copy, we'll make the part one copies and the site plan
How
copy.
much do you
It's only
charge?
one plan, it's only
Okay.
one plan, so.
Okay.
How much do you charge? Well, he might be less, I mean, I gotta pay for it, so one way or another. Do I have a say here, or will I-
You can get that,
That changes.
so whatever, I'm just making the copies, so,
I was
yeah,
just thinking a couple just because.
I can tell you,
Typically.
Yeah.
We'll be able to see.
I'm looking for a discount here, guys.
I refuse to pay for an engineer unless asked nice.
Part one, anything else?
site plan, we need 13 copies, that'd be one for the town, that'd be one for, how many copies do you need for the town? I can make the town's copies for that. If you gave me 13, that's enough for.
Usually when I've asked for a set of plans, it's 21 copies or 24, I just couldn't remember which.
Well, I counted the involved agencies.
Yeah, if we were sending it to everybody the first time, yes,
Yeah,
but
okay.
you
So
already
that's-
sent it to the county and
Okay.
have some of
So
that stuff,
13?
so. Whatever
13
he
copies?
wants,
Yeah, 13.
whatever he wants. Do we have anything
Yeah, I
else
don't know if there's.
to do on tech center? I think we're,
Taking care of,
I think we hit everything. You think maybe we didn't hit?
No, you discussed the plan, it'll continue to the April 6th board meeting,
April
or
7th.
7th,
Yeah.
excuse me. And, we've declared our intent to become lead agency, and once we get that information, we'll be able to coordinate that out. I didn't know if you wanted to ask the question about the 2-day rule.
That's why I love you. You wanna run it by that one?
okay, so we're gonna agree to extend, because we will go beyond 62-day unless we.
Oh, I gotta do that again?
Agreement to.
Unless you wanna start over for a third time.
No, alright, no, I thought I did that once already. We
But that
did.
was your prior application, which was
Oh,
completely
I
tabled.
thought that was
because-
forever until we finished.
No, this is a completely new application. That's why we tabled it, because we didn't get it in writing from you
Alright,
last
okay,
time.
then I officially agree.
Okay, can I get that in writing before Thursday?
I'll get a pen? I mean, I got a pen.
I'd love it on your letterhead, honestly.
Okay,
Okay,
before Thursday. I-
62-day written extension agreed.
Give me my old letter back, so I can figure out how to,
You never gave me an old letter.
I didn't.
No,
Oh,
that's
so
why
it
we
didn't
tabled
count
it.
anyway, alright.
Right, that's why we tabled the whole last one.
62-day,
Written
I agree.
agreement, I'll just say by Thursday. Lost the list.
Notification
He is.
Okay.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Do you have anything else that you need or want to bring up before we table this for until next month?
No, but I may be able to, cause I'm gonna be working at home tomorrow morning, cause I'm gonna be out here at 11 o'clock at a meeting. I might be able to, can I email you that letter and then send you along a hard copy?
You okay with that?
Sure.
Sure.
On my letterhead,
Yeah, that'll work.
alright.
Okay, I got nothing else.
Okay, we're good. Motion to close.
Well, no,
This
no,
meeting.
close them.
This,
Yeah.
not the whole thing.
Good Lord.
Just these guys.
Thank you.
I don't even need a motion, I'm happy to just do that. And I'm getting concerned because Rob's off the agenda. He didn't have anything in writing from, it was Reverdy Wadsworth about the property, so we tabled it because as of like 6 o'clock yesterday, we didn't have written permission, so. Yeah. Should we call Tanya real quick?